Okay. All right, guys, we're back. Hello, hello. Welcome back to the Laugh Point podcast. This is episode 5. You're going to be episode 5.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
I'm okay with being I'm pretty happy with being episode 5.
Hell yeah. First off, I just wanted to ask, how have you been so far? How's your day been?
It's been pretty sick.
Nice.
I can't complain. I got
Hell
to be
yeah.
outdoors all day, so
Fuck yeah.
I'm fucking chilling.
Yeah, I was going to say, you said you had a class or something. What was that class for, if you don't mind me asking?
It's a outdoor education class for teaching people in nature. So I'm doing an education minor. So I need that kind of thing.
Yeah.
So today we got to go out in Lois Lane Park, I think it's called.
Okay.
Or Lois Hole or something. I don't fucking know. But we learned about different animals in the area, how to teach history of the area.
That's crazy.
Shit like that.
Awesome. Yeah, my day was just cleaning and then waiting for this. Yeah, guys, when you're unemployed, when you make plans that you kind of it's like all you think about. Did you spill?
Yes.
Yeah, it's all good.
It adds character. No, it makes me look like I was so nervous on your podcast I pissed myself.
Exactly. Well, I mean, TJ Miller was on here.
God damn.
You got to live up to. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, no, I was just cleaning all day, and then I think around 1 I finished, and then I've just been waiting to shoot this because I love shooting this podcast. It's so just getting to riff and chat with comics. Specifically because what I love about this podcast, the reason why I built this was because I am too much of a nerd of comedy. I love the inside art. I ask every comedian that I ever meet, how long have you been doing it? What's your writing process? Who's your favorite comics? Because I'm just so obsessed with everything in that just general area. So I was like, oh, there's a cheat. You can just I can just make a podcast and then just invite comics. And then it's I get to talk about whatever the fuck I want. Not everything.
It's pretty sick. I've noticed every time you've been at the moon and get really high, you'll just start talking to the nearest comic about it. And I'll come in on the conversation, I'll walk past, and you're so passionately hyper fixating on it.
Yeah. On comedy or being high?
On comedy.
Yeah. Because I'm just, or especially
while high.
Yeah, because first of all, it's it checks all my. It's the comedy. It's a comedy show. You get the comedy hang, which is the best, and then on top of that, it's at the moon of all places, and on top of that, it's a smoke show.
Yeah.
So it's 4 combinations come into one, and I go in there and I get super baked, and then when I get baked, everyone is just so talkative and just come talk to me. And so I just am talking to everybody, and every time it's a comic, and I'm always just so eager to learn more about them because I just for some reason my brain just can never be all right, that's enough now. Even I was even talking to Daniel one day about I was I was looking at these classes that kind of help you with roasting and shit like that, and he was like, bro, you're focusing way too much on trying to learn and all this stuff instead of just doing it. But in my head, I'm yeah, but that's my way of even getting more into it. It's even if I take a bunch of shitty classes, at the end of the day, I'm gonna learn at least 1 or 2 things.
Yeah.
But it's that's why I built this podcast. Was so I could just essentially do what I do at the moon, but at home.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
So yeah, and tonight we're going to the moon, going to the workshop. Gonna be fucking great. The workshop is Nick Von Dubs.
Nick and Trish
Trish every Tuesday. It's a workshop here in Edmonton where any stand-up comic that just wants to get better, it's so amazing. It's literally
it's the best place to actively learn about comedy in the entire like the best bit about it is it's free to be there.
It's free. You could just
Like
walk
they're
in,
just paying
sit
out of
down.
pocket to have the space there for comics.
Exactly. Exactly. And I think the craziest thing is you always get something to work on every time.
100%.
And I think for there are so many people in like so many comics and communities where they don't have that, where
Yeah.
they have to like everyone has to fend for themselves.
Hmm.
Like there's a couple of scenes where it's not very friendly,
Oh,
where it's
Edmonton objectively has the best comedy scene, and I
mhm.
I haven't even been in comedy that long, and I've already been like solidified that Edmonton has like the best scene.
I think it does. I think it does in terms of you could come here and just improve.
Yeah.
All like people and
People want you to succeed.
people fly in from Winnipeg, Toronto, like
Hmm.
all of these places. We had someone yet last night at the Southbound who was from Winnipeg.
Yeah.
Or there was 3 comics from Winnipeg last night.
Yeah, it was crazy.
All at the open mic here, and it's just the workshop. It's it's perfection. It really I get speed like I'm literally trying to like word how perfect it is, but I can only say it by saying it's perfect.
Yeah.
Like it's and the only way to ever get the true experience is to just go. So if there's any like comics in Edmonton that don't really go that much or haven't really gone at all, step it up. Because that show, like even I know that I need to go to like more workshops because like every time that I go, I always get like so many tags.
Oh man, last week's workshop had objectively one of the funniest comics, Mr. Sterling Scott,
Oh yeah,
and you
blessing.
had him giving expert level. I have the recording on my phone of like my set and his feedback.
Mm-hmm. I
And
have
I've
yep.
listened to it 3 or 4 times now,
Mm-hmm.
and I just keep trying to think about it. I remember things he said,
Yep.
like, oh my god. And then always at the workshop, there's Nick McQuick. He always writes down a good long period of feedback. Sometimes he even just gives you stuff that he thinks is funny.
Mm-hmm.
He gave me an ender to my um getting food poisoning story.
Mm-hmm.
He gave me the ending to that, and I've used it since.
Yeah, I when I did the Make a Wish bit for everyone, uh Graham was like said something about like, oh, it would be funny if like if you lived, they sent an invoice,
Hmm.
and I did it last night at Southbound, and and that's like last night's crowd was a hard crowd to get on your side.
Yeah, it was what, 6, 7 people, and then 1,000 comedians.
Yeah, like it was so many comedians. I was like the third last guy. Like you left, there was like 2 or 3 more people that went up before I got to go up.
Damn.
And yeah, I the work yeah, so the tags at the workshop not only are they like great, but they work. Like
Oh yeah.
fuck like it's and the thing is like and people go like, "Oh, but like why like you didn't write that, like you didn't write
Hmm.
that," but it's like no, but I have the premise is mine, the
Hmm.
idea is mine. It's just someone was like, "Hey,
Yeah,
you should try
you
this
built
shit."
it up. Someone just
Exactly.
gave you something to polish it with.
Exactly. And I remember when I first the first time that happened to me was I was a year in, maybe
Hmm.
almost 2, and I was hosting open mics at the Den in Grand Prairie,
Hmm.
and comic Ty Fox came up to me and said, "Hey, like you said you're bisexual. I have this bisexual joke, uh, or like premise, whatever." He was like, "Feel free to use it." And I kind of felt weird about that because I was such like I learned what I learned about comedy is you have to be yourself. You can't take from somebody else, and it has to be original and to you,
Yeah.
right? And so when someone comes up to me and goes, "Hey, like here you go," like I kind of felt like maybe I shouldn't do this.
Hmm.
And then one night I tried it, murdered,
Yeah.
right? And I was like, "Oh, okay." And then couple years later, I switched the punchline because the punchline was so dark that it was like you have to like the crowd has to be like really with you
Mm-hmm.
to like fully laugh. So I switched it because of the workshop, because Brad gave me a tag.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. And so, but yeah, that was my first time ever like kind of getting like feedback or tips. And I remember being like, should I use this with?
Mm-hmm.
And then I remember texting him. I was like, hey man, like I kind of, feel weird using your stuff. And he was like, why?
Yeah.
And I'm on, and I'm not even like like it was just a single why. And I was like, because it's not my own. And he goes, yeah, but you're bisexual. You can tell this joke.
Yeah.
I can't.
Mm-hmm.
I just thought it'd be a funny premise.
Yeah.
And he goes, at the end of like, you shouldn't feel bad for. And I was just so confused. I was like, oh, okay. Like, yeah. Sorry, I'm gonna be honest,
Yeah. I
guys.
fuck with it.
This this dab pen, I hit it before the podcast, and it is the first hit of weed that I've had all day. And so it's hitting still. It's
Hell
like
yeah.
still
Fuck
building
yeah.
up. So if I seem kind of like offish or like I'm trying to like really it's because I'm really trying to not like bounce in 7 different directions like I always do.
Mhm.
But yeah, I wanted to ask you though, like, what did you think of your set last night? Like,
Um. So I have that quirky little thing called depression.
yeah,
Um.
so much
so
fun.
so my sets, I don't usually think I do good at sets. I'm usually based off audience reaction. I felt like I had a good 2 or 3 bits that I really liked,
Yeah.
like things that worked with the crowd.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but I'm not even past my first year of comedy.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna have 1,000 bad sets, and then eventually I'll have one
Wow,
really good
that's
set.
weird, bro. I'm 4 years in, and I remember being a couple months in, and
Mhm.
just yeah, but yeah, fuck, dude, I'm so high. Hell, I already forgot half of what you said.
I respect it.
Oh my god. Okay, let's try to keep this going. Um, yeah, I'm really excited for the workshop tonight. I'm also excited to not get the comic strip spot. I'm really excited for that. I never got it. 1 year I lived here 1 year now in Edmonton, right? And I still haven't gotten the comic strip, the Triple Threat Tuesdays,
Yeah,
because because every comic's there to try to get the
yeah,
spot. So it's imagine like every comic in your city going to one location and then signing up, and then how they do the other draw
hmm,
is it's like you have to pick a number between 1 and 100 and hope you get lucky.
yeah.
So I've lived here 1 year and I've never gotten it. And I remember the most jealous I was Ethan Januario. I had just known him for like a couple weeks,
Yeah.
and I go there one day and Nick's doing the draw and he goes, Ethan Januario, and I nearly wanted to walk out of that motherfucker. I was so mad. I was because the comic strip before I had done like my guest spots and stuff and like performed on like the competition for like funniest person,
Okay.
before I did any of that, like I had never been on the comic strip, and I was like, I
Hmm.
want to be on that fucking stage so badly because it's a great stage.
Oh, it's awesome.
It's an
It's
incredible,
one of my favorite spots.
like, and that's why like any time that I was on it, I would post pictures on my Instagram story and like and try to like and just try to tell everybody like, yo, I was at the fucking comic strip.
Yeah, like the comic strip is the most, I would say, professional stage. If like we're going off just like vibe,
Oh, absolutely, everything.
like every stage has like a different kind of crowd and different kind of area. The comic strip, I would say, is the most like professional stand up spot. Like
Yeah.
this is a business kind of thing.
Well, yeah, it's an official comedy club.
Hmm.
Everywhere else is ran. Every other comedy show is ran on like at places like that are just other businesses.
Yeah.
But this is an official like comedy club that was built for comedy
Hmm.
only,
Yeah.
right? So I think that's why it's such like a room that like every comic like wants to get on.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember the first time I ever performed there was the funniest person competition. But to me, I kind of felt like, although I was on, like, I did get on stage, it didn't feel as good as when I got a guest spot.
Mm.
Because it felt like I was like, oh, like technically, all I really did was just sign up, and then they were gonna throw me on,
Yeah.
right? But rather, guest spot was like, oh, okay, like he had to have seen, like
Mm-hmm.
seen me a couple times or like whatever. But because like when you're a guest spot, it's technically you're booked,
Yeah.
right? So technically, not like actually, but like technically.
Yeah.
So when I did my first guest spot, I called my mom, and I remember I called my mom. I was like, "Mom, I'm at the fucking comic strip. I got booked. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I'm a guest spot for this comic, and this is the headliner
Mm-hmm.
and shit." And I remember I bombed so bad because it was all three of my guest spots were during hockey season.
Ah.
So nobody came to the shows
Yeah.
except for the people that almost felt like they were forced to be there because they couldn't watch the game.
Yeah.
It was like, oh, all the bars are filled up. Oh, I guess we'll go to a comedy show.
Mm-hmm.
One of them, there was like 10, 15 people, but it was like most of them were from one company.
Okay.
And most of them were like on their phones watching the Oilers games as we were performing.
Jesus Christ.
So yeah, it was brutal, but it
Mm-hmm.
was still at the end of the day like
Yeah.
super fun to be
It's
on the
still stage
stage there.
time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the draw comic strips like just inherently hard to get on.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, there's no controlling it.
Yeah, I pray every time, but it's exciting when the draw is happening, and then it's exciting when they're doing like the fucking
Yeah, exactly.
a second draw. But then like when it's all over and you don't get it, then
Mm.
you just get to sit there like, well, fuck.
Yeah, there's definitely like a letdown. I know what
Mhm.
you mean.
Yeah,
It's
but
one of those things. You'll
it
get
was
on
all
eventually, and once you can prove yourself on a stage like that, then you're getting even more spots. And
well, yeah. But the other thing is I was so happy for like Ethan and Benny to get on
oh yeah.
stage because both of them are like so early in their comedy career.
Mm.
But they were just like, I remember I was talking to Benny like after or but like before he was going on stage,
Mm-hmm.
and he was like, bro, like I feel like I'm gonna throw up. And then like afterwards, like I was talking to him, he's like, bro, I've never felt like so nerd. Like he was,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm like, dude, yeah, like it's if I was a couple months in and I, was all of a sudden like, oh, you're going on at the strip.
Mm-hmm.
And by the way, with now with hockey season over, the audiences have been good.
Yeah, the audience
Like
have been pretty
pretty fucking
killer.
good. Pretty fucking solid, I will say.
I went to Lars Callio. I think that's how you say the name, right? And like the room was fucking packed. Jules was on,
Great comedian.
and I think it was also Jennifer Reeves.
Mm, I don't think I've seen
She's
her.
pretty good. It's
Oh,
pretty
nice.
solid. I think she's coming in like once or twice.
Really?
But yeah, everyone killed it. It was
Yeah.
insane.
That's just I feel like the Edmonton scene just also has everyone is their own unique character.
Oh, yeah.
Like
Everyone's a fever dream.
it's almost like you're
Like when I see Ethan January come around
yeah,
in his floral
floral
matching,
everything, backwards hat and fucking sunglasses,
it's
looking like he's gonna
I
tell
get
me that his fucking favorite rapper is Will Smith.
yeah.
Like,
He pulled up in his Corvette,
oh my
got the
god,
New
man. And then
Balances.
and then like Daniel pulls up in his fucking what does he have? Like
He's a
the
Audi.
Audi and his fucking just everybody is like, I don't know how to describe it, but everyone is so incredibly unique in their own way that it's like you
It feels like watching a red carpet reveal, and everyone's walking with their like fucking $1,000, $10,000 dresses
yeah,
and $20,000 handbag.
yeah.
Like everyone has so much character. It's so cool to see people just show up to the moon and all the energies immediately like
Yeah,
accepting them.
bro. Like it's so crazy how like, oh my god, I'm getting no. My brain, the weed is doing shit to my. I hate this. It'll like cut off last minute. Fuck. It's like, yeah, the fact that people have characters, like
Mm-hmm.
it just, yeah. When Ethan comes in, it's like you talk to him, and
Yeah.
then it's like all of a sudden you're reeled in with this like, you know, unique personality, and then you're
So
done,
cool.
and then all of a sudden you're talking to Rick,
Yeah.
and he's like, and he's just like
Love Rick.
and he's like talking at you, like
Yeah,
doesn't
he's
just,
so
he
cool.
doesn't just talk to you. He like, when he looks at you and like shakes your hand, you feel like you're the only, like,
He's such a kind person.
it's
He has
insane.
so much respect for everyone.
Yeah,
He's willing to give everyone the time.
I think we should just call
He's
this podcast "Giving the Edmonton Scene Flowers."
I
Fucking,
am so okay with
I am so.
that.
I think me and yeah, I think guys, we're just gonna sit here and compliment all,
Every
just suck
comic.
every comic's dick in Edmonton. Because I mean, yeah, and then you have like Drew Sicko, who's just this like producer, and
Yeah.
like who's just who just also like is fucking hilarious,
He's so
and
fucking
just so
funny.
happens to be insanely good at music.
Yeah.
You know, it's
He's pretty
I
good.
remember like Ethan showing me a song, or Daniel playing a song in the car, and I was just naturally vibing to it. And then I look over at the track list, and it says by Drew Sicko, and I go, "You're fucking with me, right?"
Yeah.
He goes, "No," and he's just like casually driving, and I go, "No, no, no, like you're like he made this," and he was like,
Mhm.
"Yeah," and I was like,
Yeah, it's fucking crazy.
mind blown, like it's. And then fucking Nick McQuick comes in, and he's like, "Oh yeah, I rap."
Yeah.
By the way, like what?
It's fucking
Like
awesome.
Nick just comes in, and half the time, I'll see him like in the corner, like, and he's always like to other people,
Yeah.
and then I'll come in, and then he'll be like, "Oh yeah," and then I have this one. It's like I wrote it last night, and then I have this one. I wrote it the night before, and then I
Mhm.
have the, and it's like, when does this guy stop writing lyrics? You know what I mean? It's, I feel like he never does.
Nick is a he's I don't know, he's just one of the coolest people. He is doing all this rap.
Mm-hmm.
He's doing comedy
Yeah,
full time,
for
right?
pretty much,
Pretty much full
pretty much,
time.
from what I
And
know.
then he's also just casually he bakes bread. He just fucking comes to the moon with 4 loaves of bread.
Bro,
He grows his own tobacco.
this guy, I'm not joking. He is, yeah, he'll like dish track you and then offer you honey garlic bread,
Yeah.
you know?
I
And then he'll be,
remember my first comedy dojo. I felt like I got my guts ripped out. And then Nick is just like, here you go. And gives me a full loaf
oh,
of bread. And it didn't matter how bad my set was. I was so much
so
happier.
yeah, because that's the thing though about this scene too, is like, you know, like we're all like, you know, if someone has like a really 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 bad set, like
Mhm.
it's not like we're gonna like come up to you and be like, oh, you know, like, because
Yeah.
nobody wants that. I'm gonna be on, when a comic bombs, we don't want to hear like, oh, I'm so sorry to hear that you bombed.
Mhm.
Like, no, we're either gonna make fun of the fact that I bombed, or we're just never gonna acknowledge it, right?
Yeah.
But so yeah, some of the people here, the way that they like help with that, like the way that they help build the scene and the
Mhm.
people around, it's just insane. Like, yeah, Nick is, it's, he'll fucking diss you and then be like, yeah, by the way, that olive oil goes really good with the bread. Fucking
Fucking crazy.
yeah. I forgot about that part when you brought up that shit. I was like, oh my god, yeah, like he, and then now it's just constant, because like once he started like making one, it's like
Yeah.
he just never stopped, and now it's just like different flavors like pretty every time, and
Mhm.
it's every time it's so good. And for some of
Crazy.
them I'm like, maybe I won't like it, but no, I love it every time,
Yeah.
because it's freshly like everything start to
So
finish
good.
is fresh, because
Mhm.
he grows it all, and it's
Mhm.
and I told him, I was like, man, I want to actually live like that some days. Like, I want to
Yeah.
live where I make my own shit, like keep
Mhm.
busy with that, and then I just come do comedy and bring bread to everybody.
Yeah.
Like,
Fucking crazy.
god damn.
Anyway.
Who else can we glaze? I'm just kidding. Maybe we
to
should.
stop with the
Yeah, I
Edmonton
was gonna say
glazing.
no, I was just joking. By the way, we should actually get back to regular scheduled programming.
But before we do,
Yeah. Oh wait.
it's been 25 minutes. You want to check back
Yes.
quick?
Hold up, guys.
Stop that. I'm gonna reset it. So
Okay. Are we back? Yes. Okay.
check.
And I'm gonna do like the Rick Glassman like fucking transition where he goes, and we'll be right back.
Yeah.
And he snaps to shit.
Oh yeah.
Oh. Who? That's actually a question. Who are like your like if you were to choose like top podcasters, like comedians?
Ooh, top podcast. Like
Yeah.
top comedians who have a podcast.
Yeah, or like sorry, that was so weirdly worded.
Yeah. I was trying to
that was
it,
the
like,
most complex way of asking that. Who like what's your favorite comedy podcast?
Ooh.
Like Two Bears type shit. Not no, mine's not Two Bears anymore.
I don't listen to too many podcasts.
If you had to pick one.
If I had to pick one, I would say I like Nick's podcast, the Run Dubcast. If I'm doing something that like I really want something like in the background that I can focus on kind of, but just kind of like it's like comfortable background noise. I can like come in at different times.
Yeah.
I'm interested. Or I like the Windmill podcast is really good.
Yeah.
Daniel McHale and Anthony Ritas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about like bigger? What like kind of? Because
those
are, by the way, those are all incredible podcasts.
Those are good. I would say like a professional.
Yeah, like a professional.
Joe Rogan was a comedian, yeah? Does he count?
He still is a stand-up comedian.
Okay, so yeah, Joe Rogan's pretty fucking funny.
No, Joe Rogan's podcast, and so many people are gonna probably be like, "Oh, that's such a common answer." It's like, yeah, because he's fucking incredible at it.
He has the format down.
There is a reason why he is the number one podcast in the world. It's because he
is like comedy, fucking broken his back over making it work.
Yeah, and but not only that, but he got the idea from like originally like when Tom Green was doing the Tom Green show, and he came on, and literally you could watch the video. I might put up a video there, but there's like a video of Joe Rogan sitting down and like just looking around the studio and being like, dude, like this is insane. And it's all from Tom's house, right? Okay. It's all at Tom's house. And he's just looking around. He's like, this is your house. Like, this is crazy. And then like 5 minutes in, like a caller phones in. And all of a sudden, like they're talking to like a random dude from like Oklahoma or some shit.
That'd be a cool podcast idea.
And like
have people call in and riff with them for 5 minutes. Could also be the worst podcast idea ever.
Wait, why is that actually kind of a decent idea? Like, that's maybe I might do that.
Okay, sick.
That could be cool. I could be
do whatever you want with that.
Yeah. All right.
I'm never gonna put it into work.
Fuck. Yeah. No. What were we? Jesus Christ. What were we talking about?
We're talking about podcasts.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Joe Rogan. He I don't know what it is, but he just. Everyone else was like trying to at least follow one rule, but he was just like, no, I'm just gonna talk to whoever I want, and and I'm not just gonna throw someone on because they asked to be on it or whatever. Like they have to, and that's the reason why you get so many good quality interviews out of him, is because you can see that he really wants to talk to that person and really wants to know, like, oh, why did Mike Tyson do this, or why did this guy joke about that type shit. Like, he is just so intense. Like, it's just pure passion into a podcast, and that's why he's figured it out, and so yeah, like that's a pretty solid choice, if if I had to pick one, probably We Might Be Drunk
We
with
might be drunk.
Sam Morrill and Mark Normand.
Okay.
Yeah.
Actually, I thought about it more.
Okay.
Tell me about your favorite podcast, and I will tell you about my favorite professional one.
Like, so you want me to go local,
Uh,
or just
j-
tell you about We
no,
Might Be Drunk or why?
tell me about We Might Be Drunk.
So it's literally uh Mark Norman and Sam Morrill. They have guests on, or they just you know
Mm-hmm.
talk with each other. But um, what I love about them is they are also such like fans of the inside baseball of comedy that when they have comics on, a lot
Mm-hmm.
of the talk is about like old stories or the game itself or what the comic is like doing or thinking about, like or like asking questions like what do you think about the new era of comedy versus like back in like the 2000s 1990 type shit,
Mm-hmm.
right? And so they kind of like fill that hole when I can't talk about it.
Mm-hmm.
If I can't talk about it, I'm like, all right,
Yeah.
let's listen to it, and I'll just listen to them like like talk with Colin Quinn and all
Yeah.
these people. And
Okay.
so yeah, it's they're very like uh they're very like New York style. Like they're New York based, and they like Mark Norman's favorite like comic is Jerry Seinfeld. Like
Mm-hmm.
it's they're I don't know what it is, but like because of the way they both like grew up in comedy,
Mm-hmm.
I feel like they're like kind of like where I eventually want to be,
I like that.
is where like they're just right, like they write a new hour every like year or two,
Mm-hmm.
which is like, other than them, like Louis CK was doing it,
Okay.
was fucking great at it. But
Mm-hmm.
like it's just the fact that like every year or two we get like a Mark Norman, Sam Rill, or Joe List. I don't know if you've heard
Mm-hmm.
of him, but Joe List special. But yeah, so that's why I really like We Might Be Drunk, was because of the inside baseball for sure.
Okay.
What about yours?
I was thinking about it more, and I would say it's from, you know who Ludwig is?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
His The Yard
Yeah, The
podcast.
Yard. I
I
love The
think
Yard.
I think just that idea of a podcast of just like four people riffing
Yeah.
is like, you don't need a super complex idea.
No.
You just need four people who are like somewhat creative
And just
oriented
bullshit
people.
with each other, like
Yeah,
it's
exactly.
and that's honestly, and some people will be like, oh, but like what's the point? It's like there really is no point.
There, it's just
It's
fun.
just fun to hang out with like, this is really fun. Like I love talking comedy and like just talking with comics. So like
Mm-hmm.
the fact that now I have a podcast and I have like a little like cheat being like,
Yeah,
like now like I could be like, like eventually I can have, hopefully I want to have like Uncle Hack
that'd be sick.
on the pot, and I'm like but it's I host it here
Yeah.
at my house. So I'm like, oh, Uncle Hack coming to my house.
Yeah.
I feel like he's gonna fucking judge the anime shit right there that the viewers can't see. It's an anime like the character that my roommate 3D printed that looks weird, makes me kind of uncomfortable. It almost looks like she's watching me all the time,
I
but
respect it.
yeah,
Yeah, I think the Uncle Hack episode would turn into this just becoming his podcast
literally,
and you just being dragged along with it.
I'm not
And it's
joking.
gonna
That's
be
what's gonna
sick.
happen. What's gonna happen is he's gonna come in and he's essentially gonna start asking me questions, and then I'm just gonna be hypnotized, and then just
Yeah.
by the end of it, I'm gonna be like, "What the fuck just happened?" And then
Yeah.
yeah, and then he's gonna be like, "All right, anyways, I have to go tour,"
Yeah.
type shit, and I'm like, "Okay."
It's crazy. It's so surreal, like seeing him as more than just a comic now. Like, cause as soon as someone comes to the moon, they instantly, I guess, almost lose any, I guess, kind of, I wouldn't say lose status, but like
No,
they just
it's
become part of this fucking cool group of people,
mhm.
and like you get to learn about people like Panopticon, for example.
Pan up.
Remember the Friday show? the third section of the Friday show, the super late portion.
Friday. Okay, wait. I'm okay. You really have to like be more specific. Was this last Friday
I'm talking
or
about any Friday.
any Friday? I mean, I'm gonna be honest. The Friday shows are like the shows that I've attended the least.
Okay.
So you've got to. I think you've
Okay.
got to
Yeah.
explain a little bit
So
more.
then on Friday, you have your actual booked asylum,
Mm-hmm.
you have the Gen Pop,
Yeah.
and then there's a third show after that, which is when the Gen Pop is all finally finished. As you can imagine, goes on late. It's usually till like 12 or 1, 2 in the
Oh, this
morning.
is why my epilepsy. I have sleep deprived epilepsy, so
Oh.
I can't stay late at shows, and it fucking sucks.
Oh.
Yeah. So I've never been to one of those. What is it
Yeah.
called again?
Panopticon.
Panopticon. And how does it work? Like,
It's basically, it starts off with Nick on stage or whoever's hosting it.
yeah.
And it's usually comics and very few audience members. Like you'll have like James, Amy, maybe, who might stay that late, and it's just like as late as it goes, hanging out session.
Wow.
Like I'm gonna be honest, it's a shame that you can't go because it's your like it is your bread and butter. We're talking comedy, we're talking life.
See,
It's just
that's why I'm
such a
so
cool
jealous
thing.
because and you know what? I think I'm just going to say fuck it and just stay late for one of the shows. Which like okay,
Okay, I'm gonna be honest. I don't know if
to be fair, I will say I I have sleep deprived epilepsy. I can get sleep deprived seizures, but it's like staying up late one night isn't gonna
I mean,
do.
if you wanted to, you could almost just try and change your sleep cycle for a day. Like like later into the day and then have that night be just like
Yeah,
you can be at the moon for as late as it goes on.
exactly. Because that sounds like because I hear stories of like that those kind of nights at the Comedy Cellar,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm like I just want to do that. Yeah, because like you just said there, like it's just bread butter talking comedy. That's all I want to talk about, bro. Like
Yeah.
that's it is like it's something that ever since I started, it has like my brain went from like, oh, I like this, I like this, I
Mm-hmm.
love this, and I also like this to no, comedy's everything.
Yeah.
Comedy is fucking everything. Except my girlfriend, I love you. You're also my number one priority. I might be fucking up. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I love you, Casey. But comedy just literally was like, and it filled up my entire brain. And
Mm-hmm.
now it's like everything I think about. It's all like I can't like I
Yeah.
can't get like and I also have
It's
ADHD, so like my
it's
brain is
super
never
addicting.
it's never off.
Like
It is.
I am in university. I have plans to be a teacher,
Yeah.
but every once in a while, if I have a really good set, I like stop for a second and I'm
And
like,
you're
what
like,
if I just kind of,
keep doing this.
what if I like went harder on this?
Dude, honestly,
Because like I've been writing jokes in like class and shit,
mm-hmm.
and like trying them out on some fucking people in my class,
Yeah.
and it's getting that bad.
Yeah, no, it's no, because that's when you know that you really have the bug is when you start telling jokes to other people that aren't
Mm-hmm.
comics or like and 99.99% of the time they bomb because you're not performing it in the way that you're going to. You're not, there's no like there's
Oh
so
yeah,
many
like
aspects that go into it, and that is why I'm sorry I cut you off for a
no, you're
sec,
all
by the
good.
way. And that is why I hate when someone hears that I'm a fucking stand up comic and they go, tell me a joke.
Oh my
I
god,
hate that.
dude, it
I fucking
happened.
hate that.
Because I was like, do I have 3 minutes to lead up to my best bit? I have no energy with this person, or
Yeah.
do they want to fucking pun?
You know what I do? I just do a really, really, really dark joke. Like like I'll say it right now, and if you think it's too dark, I'll edit it out.
Okay.
Okay. But I always go, why did the chicken cross the road?
Why?
Because the chicken next to it was black.
I'll
And
get that. I like it.
And that is like, and that
That's
is,
fucking dark.
it's so incredibly dark.
And
It's
just to
like,
start off with some rando like
and
that
I
is
remember I
crazy.
performed it in a Discord server.
Did they love it? Because that's like,
9 people out of 10 left the call.
god damn.
I felt so bad. I'm not
Wait,
joking.
so were you the last person? Did everyone leave except for you, or did
No,
one person
one
stay?
person was there, and I remember just being silent. And then I was like, "Fuck! I hope I didn't like fuck up." And then he goes, "Yeah, that joke kind of kind of sucked." And I was like, "Fuck," because they found out I was a stand-up, and so they asked, and that's what I say every time. And
Yeah.
and you know what? At the end of the day, it did bomb, and in that moment, it sucked. But at the end, I always go for a 50-50,
Mm-hmm.
you know. But what were you saying before I started ranting about that?
Oh god. No idea, but I can add on to what you're saying. But yeah, telling people you're a stand-up comedian is a weird thing. Because like initially, as soon as you tell someone, they assume, okay, this guy's rich and famous. It's like,
That,
dude, I'm an open mic comedian,
or
and I'm
they
also not funny actually.
a lot of people have this like thing where like you'll say that you're a stand-up comic, and they think that uh you're like almost like the captain of funny, or like knowing what's funny. Like I remember
Mm,
I went into uh Zoomies originally like months ago. Like this was like months and months
yeah.
ago before I got the job. Before I applied again and got the job. And I told the manager that one of the managers, that I was a stand-up comic.
Hmm.
And he had made a joke, like kind of like, but not knowing beforehand. He had kind of made like a silly little, like whatever joke in conversation.
Yeah.
And then we're walking, and he goes, and then he's like, "Oh, really? You're a stand-up comic?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And then he goes, "What did you think of my joke back there?" And I just kind of paused, and I was like, I don't know what to say, because
Yeah.
it's like it was just like a silly, and also like, why does it matter if I think it's funny? Like
Yeah.
it's, I think, and because comedy is all about, at the end of the day, it's if you think it's funny, and then you write it down, and then the audience tells you if it's actually funny.
Yeah.
So that's the funniest part
Hmm.
about comedy, is like, you write this shit, you're so excited, you're like, oh, these are all my great ideas, but you're not the judge.
Yeah, no,
No.
there's been times where I've had ideas and I think it's great in person and I'm like, "Oh, this is a fucking heater."
Mm-hmm.
And I'll go and tell it on stage, no one
Bombs.
laughs.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, "I don't know anything."
It's, well, that's the thing is, I had a part of my Make a Wish thing last night, where I said something like, I'll go on another one just to make sure like my mom's proud of me. That was like the punchline, and it was so sad, because it was like, I think I got a couple of chuckles, but the only way I got the laugh was I literally was like, yeah, that was a lot sadder saying that than it was writing it down, because like, because when you just have an idea before you perform it, you're just like, oh, like I think like this should at least be something. And
Yeah.
then most of the time it isn't. And then you just keep going and keep going, and then eventually you build up shit. But it's this weird psychotic, like that. I think that's the reason why you have to be insane to be a stand-up comic, is because like I've been to, probably in my 4 years of stand-up, like a couple hundred open mics now, maybe. I don't know,
Hmm.
like maybe I could be wrong, the number could be far off, but I've gone, to a bunch, and it's like, oh no, no, my brain's doing it again. My brain's doing the brain part again. I was halfway through a point, and then my brain was like, wait, what are you talking about? What are you talking about?
So you've been to hundreds of open mics. You might be wrong, but
Oh god, I had this point. No, I was.
the joke might be funny to you.
Oh yeah, it's like,
There you go.
no.
Oh.
This shit's like leaving, entering and leaving. Wow. Guys, don't smoke weed. This is
Yeah,
not good for you. But anyways, let me take another hit.
I respect it.
Don't get high, by the way. This is not good for you.
Yeah.
Mom, I love you.
That was herbal. That was like a soothing menthol tea. if you just flip over the THC thing. I like how they also weird transition.
The worst transition ever in
Yeah.
podcast history, by the way. Let's go. This is going so well.
I used to if you commit a DUI and you want to hide your dab pen, you can just take the sticker off. They painted these things on now. You can't take this off.
That's painted. I thought that was a sticker.
No, you can't rip that thing off.
Wow. They really, wow. That's insane.
They're coming after my DUIs.
They're coming after you, man. Fuck. That's crazy. No, but it's. Oh, no. I had my point. I found my
There you
point. Guys,
go.
I found my point. Let's go. So I've been to so many open mics, all
Mhm.
these open mics, and people are like, why? Like, why do you go? Because I told my one friend, I was like, yeah, like I traveled like a couple, like have an hour and a half just to like bomb for 5 minutes, and they go, why? And I go, because I love it.
Hell
In a
yeah.
weird way, I don't nobody loves bombing, but I just love everything about stand up start to finish. I love when there's a day where there's a show, like which is pretty much
Yeah.
every day of the week here in
Yeah, in
Edmonton,
Edmonton it's fucking crazy.
except for Saturdays
Yeah.
and Sunday. But Sundays they have the smoke show, so it's really just Saturdays.
Yeah.
Sunday to Friday. If you got like lucky enough to get like the draw on the comic strip and all of like the draws and whatever, like Mackie, or you got booked, you could get on stage Sunday to Friday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Totally possible.
It was.
Can I ask you a potentially interesting podcast question?
Okay.
You're saying you love everything about stand up.
Okay.
Why?
My God, that's such a big question.
What got you into it? What was that first spark?
Ooh, okay. Story time. Okay. So when I was little, I'm gonna be honest, like this is just real shit here. Having hemophilia kind of like just really sucks, because not only do like just nobody really know about it, but like when you're in middle school and high school, it's just a popularity contest. And when you have a disability, it's like everyone just goes after you.
Yeah.
You know, it's almost like either that or people just want to be your friend just so they can seem like the good person. Like I found old texts, and I remember someone literally said, I don't want to be friends with Liam because it will ruin my reputation. Yeah. That's how fucking brutally, like, people in my school were assholes.
Yeah.
Right. So, and especially in middle school when I was little, like I was getting bullied a lot, and I thought that I had a friend group, but really only one of them or two of them were actually good people. The rest were just like assholes to me, and I just didn't see it. Right. And so I remember just one day going home, just like fuck, like I didn't say fuck. I was like, it was like I was like 11 or something, but I was like 11, 10 or 11, and I remember going home. I was like, man, like I just for the first time I felt like just super sad, like super sad. And I was scrolling through YouTube, and this America's Got Talent video came up. It was Drew Lynch.
Okay.
He's a stand-up comedian who has a stutter. And the bit that he did was he would be the worst voice for a GPS. Because he started like doing these like on this lane, make a right, left hand turn, you, and he started like, it was, I'm butchering it right now, but it was like, I just remember watching this guy taking this thing that is a stutter isn't a disability, but it definitely like
it's something like he most definitely got mocked for.
Right. So this guy is taking something that he got mocked for, and he's not only laughing at it, but he's making all of these fucking people laugh. And I'm laughing. I'm like, this is like the best thing I've ever seen. And I go and I run into my mom's room and I show my mom. I go, Mom, look at this. And now we're both laughing. Now like I've not like I have like not me myself. I haven't made her laugh, but I've
Mhm.
shared something with her, and now we're sharing this connection of laughter,
Hell
which
yeah.
was like even better. And after that video, she pauses it. She goes, "Liam, did you know that this is like a thing?" And I'm like, "What?" And she goes, "Just come sit down." And she turns on Netflix and she puts on a Jim Gaffigan special. I laugh incredibly hard, hardest I've ever laughed
Mhm.
in my life so far, right? And then she goes, and then I go, "Oh, like that was so good." And she goes, "Oh, but by the way, did you know that there's a guy named Burt?" I go, "There's a fucking another one."
Yeah.
And then she
There's
shows me
more?
another comedy special, and it's even more hilarious.
Yeah.
And I'm like, "What the?" And so all of a sudden, I'm like, "Okay, shut up. This is all we're watching now." So from then on, for years and years and years, me and my mom would just watch Netflix, watch comedy, listen to comedy, and I almost like it was this way for me to like finally just like laugh. And
Mhm.
it was what I love, and what I love specifically about comedy, and I'm so glad I finally am able to say this not just to myself
Yeah.
like a psychopath, but the reason why I love comedy
Mhm.
is, nope, my brain's doing it again. I can't have this. No, this is, oh no, no. The reason why I love comedy is because like the world is all about, we need to fix this.
Mhm.
And if we're not fixing something, we need to worry about something, right?
Yeah.
And if we're not worrying about something, then we're bad people, right?
Mhm.
And that's what the media tries to portray us as, like, oh, like you don't care about this, well then, you know what I mean? But what comedy is like, okay, for just for a couple hours,
Mhm.
just no, we're not going to try to fix anything. We're just going to laugh at it.
Yeah.
We're not, like, and laughing at it is almost like one of the best ways of coping with it. Like if
Mhm.
you can turn something so negative and turn it into laughter, that is like one of the best feelings ever. Right. And so that's
Mhm.
why I love and then so I just kept watching it. And my mom for so long was like, "You should do it." And I was like, eh, like it's I couldn't do, like I couldn't even get on stage for the life of me. I was like, there's no way.
Yeah.
Right. And then years later, I'm in college. This is 2021. I'm in Red Deer College, and there I had a plan. I was gonna do my bachelor of art, or I was gonna get my bachelor of arts in history,
Okay.
and then I was gonna get my classics degree and then become a lawyer.
Fuck yeah.
I
Okay.
had like this whole plan, which by
Mhm.
the way, like lawyer is still like at the end of the day like one of the coolest fucking like jobs to me. Like
Mhm.
it for other reasons, but I remembered I had all this planned out, but then I remember one day I was just like sitting, I was like laying down and I was watching stand up,
Mhm.
and this feeling almost came over me. And
Mhm.
all of those times of like my mom saying like you should do it, like you should really do it. And then I just started getting excited. I was
Hell
like,
yeah.
and then like I just started like, oh, like just even visioning just me being at like an open mic or like just doing it.
Mhm.
I'm like, oh fuck yeah, like this is. And I was listening to like hype music as well, like just so
Hell
happened
yeah.
I was like listening to like hype Kanye West shit,
Yeah.
and I was just like, oh my, do I want to be a stand-up comedian?
Mhm.
And I was on a FaceTime with my friends, and and all of them were talking. They were like, wait, what, Liam? And I was like, I think I want to be a stand-up comedian.
Mhm.
And then I just hung up, and I remember first thing I did, I called my mom, and I'm so nervous to tell her, right?
Yeah.
Because it's like I'm going from, oh, I want to be this incredibly like, like this profession has worked for other people.
Yeah.
This is like to 10 years of maybe,
Yeah.
you know? And I remember calling her and she picked up. I was like, "Hey, I have something to tell you, but I'm really nervous to tell you." And she goes, "Just say it." And I said, "I want to be a stand-up comedian. I don't want to be a lawyer anymore. I want to be a stand-up comedian."
Mhm.
And there was a really long pause, and I got really nervous. And she goes, Liam, you have no idea how long I've been waiting for you to say that to me.
Hell yeah.
I cried. I'm
Fuck
gonna be
yeah.
real. I cried because
Fuck
that
yeah.
was like, it's like I just have the best people in my life. I'm
Mhm.
getting a little emotional talking about it
Hell
right now.
yeah.
Not gonna lie, but like she sent me to Toronto.
Fuck yeah.
She, I was like, she was like, okay, we have to find you the best comedy class.
Mhm.
And she goes, there's one in Toronto. And I go, really? And she goes, yeah. And I go, well, I'm here. And she goes, Liam, I'll send you there.
Fuck yeah.
And she flew me there, and she paid for like a couple days for me to stay at a hotel while I like wait for like all the residency and shit.
Yeah.
And it was just like this surreal forward path of just like, oh, I guess now I'm just a stand-up comedian. And I was in Toronto, and it was funny because although my mom was really supportive, I had a couple of family members who were like,
Mhm.
you're making a wrong choice right now.
Yeah.
And specifically one, I won't say the name, but one of them, we were walking and he was like, dude, why are you doing this? Like, you had this all planned out. And I go, look, man, I don't want to have this talk. Like, I just want to, have fun with this. And he's like,
Mhm.
no, but like, you had all this planned out. Like, you literally could have been this. And like, like, why? And I
Mhm.
said, because I love stand up. This is something that I need to do. I told him, I'm like, I feel like this is absolutely something that I need to do.
Mhm.
And a couple months later, I'm living in Toronto. I check my DMs. I'm in Toronto, and it's from the same family member, and they go, I just want to say that I watched one of your TikToks, and it's hilarious, and I'm so sorry for what I said.
Fuck yeah.
And that was like the biggest flex for me, the
Mhm.
fact that I like proved them wrong,
Yeah.
you know. And but my first ever time performing was at a place called Camp Kindle,
Okay.
which it's actually, wow. I might actually get pretty emotional during this because I'm literally wearing the merch of the people that helped me get on stage for the first time.
Hell yeah.
So this is Camp Hoo Ha, and if you guys are listening, you are a blessing in my life, and you are the reason why I'm sitting here and able to do stand up. So thank you. Um, I was a camp counselor for Camp Kindle because they do they essentially just bring in different groups for
Mhm.
like all different kinds of reasons, and one of them was I would go all the time as a kid,
Mhm.
and then eventually I worked. I'm gonna be honest. I will say it's my favorite place in the world.
Hell yeah.
You can tell me that you just bought me the most expensive premium flight
Mhm.
to the most beautiful place in the world,
Mhm.
or give me the option to go to drive to Camp Kindle, and I'll drive to Camp Kindle
Hell.
every single day. And I it was there, and we had Camp Hoo Ha. There was the group. It was a group of ladies
Mhm.
who it was a bunch of middle aged women who wanted to get drunk and do camp shit. It was great,
Yeah.
and it was super fun. And I remember going on a hike one day, and I was talking to one of the people, and they were like, "So what are you gonna?" And I said, "Oh well, I just got I want to do stand up, and trying to I just got accepted into Toronto Film School, and I'm going soon." And they go, "Oh, we have a stand up comic here." And I go, "You're kidding me?" And they go, "No, it's Lori Gibbs." And so I remember at dinner, I was like, I finished, and usually like we just all kind of like hang out with each other. I finished. I was like, all right, guys, bye. I'm gonna go talk to this stand up comic now.
Mhm.
And I ended up talking with her for 6 hours.
Fuck yeah.
6 hours, and she was like, "Hey, tomorrow we're doing a show, like in the dining hall. Do you want to
Mhm.
open?" I was like, "Yeah." And so I
Fuck yeah.
immediately I immediately rushed down and like started like preparing a set. And I
Yeah.
was so nervous in the shower and like preparing and like just saying it over and over and over and memorizing it.
Mhm.
And and like I remember, this is gonna get real Christian here for a sec,
Hell yeah.
but I remember I went to the campfire, uh, where I have a lot of I'm tearing up, man. I hate this. Fuck you, man. You brought up emotional shit, man. But I love it. Camp Kindle just means so much to me, and I was sitting at the fire where campfire where I just have so many memories of like all my best friends. Like my best friend that's coming here tonight, I met him
Mhm.
from camp. And I was sitting there and I prayed.
Mhm.
And I was just sitting there. And I was like, God, I feel so stressed. Like I feel like I shouldn't be doing this. Like
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on. And in that moment, I felt like God like took my like all of like just that stress and all of whatever,
Okay.
and he was just like, "Hey man, just come here for a second." He hugged it out, and then he was like, "Okay, you're meant to do this." Like, and he I remember just like talking with him, and he told me, he was like, "You're meant to do this," and then I just took a deep breath, and all of a sudden, like, no more worries.
Mhm.
And now it was like, dude, I get to do stand up now. And I was still a little bit nervous, like obviously, but I was like
You're on the excitement
I
part of
was
it.
more on the excitement part now. And then by the time that was done, they were bringing me on stage, and then I went up and I did my first set, and it was super fun. They gave me really warm reception, and it was like a lot better than most first shows ever will be. And
Mhm.
then my second show was immediately at a club in Toronto, and I bombed.
Okay.
But yeah, that's how I started. And this this these people, this hoodie, it represents so much because it literally represents the start of my comedy career.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's how I got into it.
Hell yeah. So you're saying there's this kind of growing up with hemophilia,
Mm-hmm.
obviously getting so much pussy with that.
Oh, so
I've
much,
heard
yeah.
about it.
Uh huh.
Um yes, struggling with like being socially different,
Yeah.
finding a comic who was like you, being able to relate to that, finding Burt Kreischer, going to Toronto Film School,
Yeah.
going to Camp Hoo Ha,
Or
getting that warm reception.
yeah.
I'll come back to my question of why do you love stand up? If you were to put it down in just the simplest terms,
Because it's human.
it's human.
Because it's like, with musicians, they have instruments,
Mm.
right? With comedy, it is like the most human art form, in my opinion, because you are getting up there in the most vulnerable state, and all you have is a mic.
Yeah, you are the writer, composer, and
You
performer.
are everything.
Mm-hmm.
And you, within however the time span of your set, you have that time to make people you do not know,
Mm-hmm.
who don't know you, who've never seen you,
Yeah.
laugh. And it's all on them to decide. It's not on us.
Mm-hmm.
It's on them. And the other thing about it is, this game, it humbles the fuck out of you. Because like you were saying, when you have those moments of like, oh, this shit, oh, it's gonna be so fucking funny, and then you go up there,
Mm-hmm.
nothing.
Yeah.
It humbles the fuck out of you, because it takes you back to reality, and it's like, no, 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 you
Mm-hmm.
gotta keep working. And it's an art form that you can only be good at if like, you can't slip out.
Yeah,
You can't, even for a
you can't
minute.
be given success in comedy no
No.
matter how hard you want. You genuinely have to put in the time and effort
And not
to
only
do
that,
good.
you have, once you go in, you're kind of trapped. It's not like a trapped in a bad way, but you're like, if you stop
Mm-hmm.
for like a long period of time, it it really affects your comedy. Like, it genuinely, like, it affects your stage confidence. It
Mm-hmm.
affects, like, how able you're, how you're able to read a room type
Mm-hmm.
shit. Like, there's so many different components that goes into it, and you yourself. You have to be, you know. So that's why I would put it, is because it's so human, because it humbles the fuck out of you.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
The fuck with that. I like that.
Yeah.
Cool.
What are we at now, by the way?
We were at 20 minutes, so we are just approaching the 1 hour mark.
Yeah.
Do
So
you want to check recording,
we could, yeah, let's check
or do you
recording.
want to close this off?
Uh
Because that's a pretty good note to close off on.
I was gonna say, I think we should close on.
Hell yeah.
Close off. Guys, subscribe and like, and yeah, I sound like one of those. Subscribe and like, watch all the YouTube shorts. No,
Yeah.
but and go watch the other interviews. I love all of them. The Ethan Januario, TJ Miller, Benny, and then yeah, soon you'll get to see this. And yeah,
Hell yeah.
thank you for being on.
Yeah.
And
Of course.
it's always a pleasure
Of course.
having a talk with you, and you're always super generous. So I can't even complain. So all right, well, that's been it. That's been the Laugh Point podcast. Thank you guys for watching.
See
Bye.
you.